If you missed it yesterday, and the reason you're probably going to see a ton of bananas on this call is because Confused Money was running a talk, and they were talking about DOLE, and everyone decided to dress up as bananas. Maybe we should all dress. Maybe we should. Should we all dress up as bananas?
Banana's opinion.
It's a free hat, everybody. By the way.
Put your banana on, opinion. With your hair, it's going to look great.
Oh my God, opinion. You would look so good with a banana on you right now. You have no idea, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna bring it here. Let's get to plays.
The banana.
Oh goodness. Okay, who's gonna start us off while I put on this banana?
Yeah, I got some plays for you guys. I'm gonna go into AT&T puts 18.5. And then I'm also going to be going into Snow 180 calls for next week. I just want to let everybody know that the banana is free of charge. You can go into your style avatar. You do not have to have Reddit Premium. And you can go ahead and add that hat on for DOLE. DOLE earnings were today. And if anybody wants to cover that, feel free to jump on the mic.
I think everybody's saying buy DOLE shares or $10 calls for February.
I actually made a meme that's a prediction of what the earnings were, but I promised myself I would only post it on WallStreetBets if Opinion pinned it himself, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I could do it. We could make it happen.
You can't? Okay, I'm going to post it right now, Opinion.
Yes.
I love Opinion. He's always coming in with that, like, what'd you say?
Can-do attitude.
The company's fresh fruit business posted an 11.7 increase in sales, boosted by bananas, potatoes, and onions in North America.
All right, there we go. I had to jump out.
Very nice opinion. Welcome to Gold Gang.
Yes. I think it's just sad that there's one fella here that doesn't have his banana on.
Hey, I'm multitasking.
Yeah, he wants to be banana banged.
I've got like 50 contracts.
There we go.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to discuss DOLE. I've thrown all my chips in. This company is cultivating a lot of growth, and I find it extremely appealing.
When you say you throw,
you had to do that.
Have you thrown in?
Really appealing. I think there's some really appealing things about DOLE stock, with them having basically 40% of the domestic produce market now. I just think it's pretty appealing.
We have a bunch of jokesters here, but realistically, they're a good bunch.
Yeah, you kind of got to peel back the financials to really get at the meat of it.
This conversation is getting a little slippery, guys.
Are there bananas in the room, or are you guys just all happy to see us?
Opinion, I'm starting to feel like, or I'm starting to know how you felt like on Veterans Day.
Thanks for letting me just slide on in, bros.
Is there a trade that we can do with DOLE?
What did DOLE have earnings already?
DOLE had earnings pre-market. It was a revenue beat
this
morning. Up almost 25% on the month now. Almost. Getting there.
How'd they do on earnings, though? You said they beat revenue. What about earnings?
It looks like they beat.
Yeah, earnings per share they beat.
Holy shit, so my meme was right?
Yeah, DOLE to the moon, bro.
I predicted their earnings. What the fuck? I predicted they'd beat earnings last night in my meme. Opinion. The meme is up. Please pin it. I know it's like a 4-minute video, but please pin this fucking meme.
DOLE is trading at $9.49 pre-market, closed at $9.15.
Hey, everybody, you should buy some DOLE today or some $10 calls for February.
Earnings
Only
by
on WallStreetBets. Oh, sorry.
They beat earnings by the difference in some consensus was 37.25%. So instead of a consensus of 10 cents per share, it was 14 cents per share.
Okay, I'm just looking at the audience here of speakers, and it's going to be hard to convince people that we're not shilling Dole.
Why is that, Weeb?
Yeah,
What
why
gives
is
that
that?
away?
We're
What
looking
would
at
give you
after
that
earnings.
impression?
Yeah, we're just.
That sounds
It's either this or there's going to be
Yeah,
some
what's that?
serious innuendos the entirety of the talk.
This is just a free little snoo that Reddit give us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
one
enjoy
ruling
it.
out the other.
I want to go long Nintendo.
We just love
bananas. They got Mario Kart, and Mario Kart, man, it's one of the best games ever.
Haven't they had Mario Kart forever though?
The market will likely agree to these
And Mario Kart has always had a banana in it.
Twitter is losing their mind right now, wondering if these are NFTs.
What's up, nerds? Dole to the moon.
Nice.
So you're talking about Nintendo and that there's bananas and Mario Kart. So am I hearing about a pairs trade between Dole and Nintendo?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was insinuating.
What's the correlation on those stocks? Out of curiosity.
Dole
Cannot
sells
be very high.
bananas. Nintendo has Mario Kart, which has bananas.
I heard that there was this red banana out there.
Can you talk about Dole that make like yogurt and stuff?
Wait. Are you saying that Dole's taking over Nintendo? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, I'm saying, Dole Moon, Nintendo Moon, because Mario Kart is like the best game ever, and Dole bananas are in Mario Kart, and they're like the best sneak fruit ever.
You only get the best DD here on Wall Street Bets.
Like, fuck it,
Dole
I'm in. Let's do
sells
this.
Fruit Punch. Dole sells Fruit Punch. Nintendo has a game where its characters punch each other. Coincidence?
The only thing I'm
Super Smash
disappointed.
Brothers. Another classic.
I really think Dole should do their earnings call on Wall Street Bets.
Right here, right now. Hey, anybody heard the unemployment numbers?
I heard some people have jobs, some people don't.
No, what are they looking like?
No, I'm just haven't seen them. I've been busy.
We're also focused on bananas. We haven't even looked at economic data.
There's people who have jobs, and then there's people that used to work for Twitter and Meta.
And my throbbing banana cares.
Yeah, but Ligma and
he went
Johnson
there.
Ligma and Johnson got their jobs back.
Oh wow! Congrats to Ligman Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think if Twitter and Meta are laying off this many employees, how many contractors and non-direct employees also just got the axe?
Yeah, I mean,
It's got to be a fair amount.
they normally axe the contractors and so forth first, so you'll hear about them, and that usually then kind of trickles to the actual employees that are going to get laid off next, which is what's happening now.
I disagree. It
if you
depends
see
on
the
how they
growth rate from
how they do their
2020.
accounting.
And just to confirm, we're still in the upside down, right? High unemployment is positive news for the SPY, right? We're still in the weird upside down version of economics.
We want
So
high
don't-
unemployment. We
I
want to
don't
raise
think
our
high unemployment is causing the market to go up. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, no. We want unemployment to raise, right? Because that means that we're entering a recessionary time, which is deflationary, and we're trying to get inflation under control.
Correct.
Isn't that the whole thesis?
Kind of like what Jay Powell is spewing. Then yeah.
Well, do you guys want to kind of look into what kind of jobs are unemployed? Are we talking about white collar, blue collar, green collar, or no collar?
White collar.
Because there's still a tremendous amount of physical labor jobs that are so short that they're literally jacking up the price on wages.
Excuse me, did you just say no color?
Yeah,
Yeah, if you work at Chippendales.
exactly.
What's
Well, we're talking
Chippendale?
about Rick. Rick, baby, come on, my good flops.
All right, I don't understand what this no color Chippendales joke is. Someone explain.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
No, call
The strip club play.
strip clubs, man. Come on.
I used to work at Magic Mike's.
Isn't that blue collar though? Because they're getting down and dirty.
Oh, I get it. It's because they don't have a collar on.
But usually they do have a collar
No,
on.
they
with,
wear
like,
a
a little
collar.
tie. They usually
Mine have
bow
collars
tie
on.
So yeah.
All right, keeping this safe for work. What else? What other stock-related discussion do we have? Please, before we
Okay.
get canceled.
Apparently, Grinder is IPOing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Grinders IPOing under TINV is the ticker. It was approved yesterday by the shareholders. Grinder is obviously a coffee-related meetup app. I think.
Oh,
And
God.
I don't
bagels.
know.
They like bagels.
Sounds kind of gay to me.
So is it PINV? Was that is there a reason that's like the opposite of their name? Was GRINDR not available or?
So also, this is the reason why a lot of us are wearing bananas because of the Grand app. So
We were split between
But hey guys,
I
point of
feel for
order.
you.
I don't think SPAC discussion's allowed here. Opinion is that's correct, right? No
Nope.
SPAC.
We repealed the SPAC rule a long time ago. But then SPACs are also kind of died, so we didn't get a lot of discussion on SPACs.
Yeah, Tiga, is that the SPAC right now for?
Yeah,
Grindr?
TINV. He said, right?
Yeah, which is the blank check coming. So yeah, SPAC.
Yeah.
Okay, opinion, laugh at me if you want, but I have no clue how to get the link to you in the fucking in the PM.
It's all right.
I don't know
found
how
it.
to do it. Wait, you found it? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you so much. Thank you.
Opinion is always here for you, regards.
So just to clarify, that was PINV for Grinder, not TINV.
Sounds like someone wants to get laid.
10-5.
All right, but what are people saying in the comments?
I was gonna say, I can't believe they didn't use the ticker GAY.
Ooh, too on the nose, maybe.
So people want to know about the NVIDIA prediction for today. Noob Broker wants to know about NVIDIA. And then Soft Impression wants to know about Activision Blizzard puts.
All right. Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
I'd be careful with those Activision Blizzard butts. After someone said the Diablo Immortal is just harvesting money from people, I downloaded it and I was like, I'm not going to ever pay any money here. And then I ended up paying $2 to them.
There you go.
They're just great at it, man.
So I'm wondering about the new World of Warcraft expansion, like that dragons shit that's popping off. I don't know how popular it is or how much money they're making there.
Oh, the new Modern Warfare is a bomb, man. They introduced the thing called proximity chat, and people are having fun with it.
That's been in games forever.
But it has never been in Modern Warfare, so people are just being creative with it.
I mean, not that I'm trying to argue with you. I think it's great. I'm sure people are loving it, but that to me sounds like some 12-year-old shit. I'm not trying to get talk shit to all day.
Is it market moving though?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it market move?
It's on 12-year-olds.
At least that would help retain the players. I don't know.
It's not market related, but I just wanted to point out that Shepherdess has the best flare out of everyone here. That is all.
I can't tell the difference between you assholes and.
Hey, and I do want to say one thing with Shepherdess real quick. Shepherdess said that she thought crypto was being used to short GME, and she said that like a month ago, and I was like, that's ridiculous. And that turned out to be 100% true. So my bad. That was definitely happening.
Not only GME, like every stock. But
Yeah, Shepherdess is dead on every single call.
Wait, are we all buying Walmart now?
Long on Shepherdess.
Well,
Anybody
so
has to be
remember,
short on Walmart.
my thesis was that Walmart would pop this earnings, and It should go down somewhere in the next two. The problem is which one? Is it going to be Q1 or Q2 when it goes down?
Usually goes down sometime after February.
Not my banana.
If
So
Walmart approaches 150, that's when I'd be
I'm
looking for
actually
puts.
bullish on TJ Maxx because a lot of these apparel companies are getting absolutely hammered because of lack of demand. So they're gonna like ship to like these TJ Maxx like companies where they're gonna have to like bulk sell these clothes at like a massive discount. TJ Maxx is probably gonna make some money off of this, and they show that on earnings too.
Maxinistas rise up.
We were talking about the 4080 series video card yesterday, and I ran across something yesterday afternoon. It was in the PC Gamer whatever subreddit. They were saying still that they can't find 4080s. That these cards like hit the market and were sold out immediately. So we were talking about yesterday us not expecting the 4080s to be sold as much, but they're apparently still sold out the same way the 3080s and everything else did.
Let me
Is
circle
that
back
like
real.
online, retail, or brick and mortar?
It's online that they were talking about. There was a release, I think at Best Buy or something like that yesterday, and it sold out within like 2 minutes of it. Something like 100 cards sold out within 2 minutes of being live. And then there was a thing where they turned off they turned off the buy button. They set it to sold out so that humans wouldn't click it, but they still had inventory for like maybe 5 cards or so. So they set up a bot trap.
Just a quick notice real quick. Sorry. Just want to say jobless claims came in at 222,000. Forecast was 228,000. Did verify that. Thanks, Kevin, for posting that in the comment section.
Nice.
So the jobless claims was lower than expected.
That means the Fed is doing the exact opposite of what they intend to do. Nice job.
That means larger interest rate hikes, which means SPY do go down today.
Nice, I like it. Hey, Hardy, can we circle back to the using crypto to short GME? What are your thoughts, opinions, and insights on that subject?
We will find out on December 15 when the November failure to delivers are published.
So that they'll provide the actual vehicles or hedge funds?
From my perspective, it's speculation. So the failure to deliver numbers will likely be, if there's a spike, it'll lend credence to this theory.
So if there's a 20% short in GME, which there is right now, what's the play?
Long dated calls.
You got a delta or a price?
I'd probably look at 20 or even 15 delta, because this kind of uncontrolled event should be large enough that market makers or those who are short the contracts can't react fast enough.
Hardy, quick question. Isn't the short interest data self-reported?
Correct. That's why you have to rely on the failure to deliver data. Those are the shorts for which a locate could not be found.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Till then, puts on GME.
I agree. I've been selling puts on GME below the range, harvesting all that juicy premium.
GME Meltdown is also potentially getting shut down as well. Not that that's particularly market moving, but it is Reddit related.
Why would that be?
You should go read the top post there. It's a lot to explain here. I just wanted to quickly toss that in, but we can move on.
In addition to the unemployment claims that came out, the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index is almost 3 times lower than expected. So
Yeah, the problem is now we're in stagflation, so they should have front loaded the hikes and we'd be sitting pretty by now, but now we are hiking into an economy that is not in a position to handle these hikes as well as it could have, say, 5 months ago.
They couldn't have front loaded the hikes because if they did, they'd be removed by Congress or whoever appoints them.
Isn't this the first indicator of you should buy a pineapple?
I'm looking at Dole pre-market. How high did it go after the announcement?
949, is that right?
I think the peak was 950 even. But yeah, there was also a
After hours buy of 60,000 shares at 950.
I want to get their information wherever they're getting info from.
Scald, it wasn't 60,000 shares, it was 60-something thousand dollars, or almost $60,000 worth at $9.15 after hours last night.
That may or may not have been me.
Nice.
I got a play for today now with this new data. I'm thinking calls on UUP. UUP is the Direxion US dollar bullish ETF. So I'm anticipating a pretty big bounce off of that 105 range in the dollar. And going along with that, short GLD. Looking for probably some December puts on the GLD as they retrace that recent climb that they've had. But that's pretty much what I'm looking at today. Dollar bullish, bearish on gold.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, and those XOSS calls and shares from yesterday just absolutely killed it. It's a great. It ended up being a great way to play these chips earnings up, just up. That's and avoiding all of that IV trust.
Booker D. Witt wants to know, Hardy, are you still in the January 237.5 calls?
I am, but I also want to point out that the calls that I still hold are free rolled. That is to say, I've already taken out my original principal from that trade. I can afford these going to zero.
I had a quick question for the guy who mentioned gold, GLD. Can you explain like gold miners to me? Like, do you invest in gold miners or just gold itself?
I don't hold physical gold at all, but I was recently playing some GDX calls when the dollar tanked. That paid off pretty well. GDX is the junior gold miners index. But no, I don't see any good long-term prospects going into the next year for gold. That whole inflation hedge crap is
GLD also mines copper as well, correct?
But GLD is the iShares
ETF.
The gold ETF. It basically just tracks the gold futures market, I believe. I don't know if it's spot or futures, but either way, it's down. That would be just like SLV.
Oh, you're correct. My bad.
But you are correct in your assessment that a lot of gold mines also happen to have copper near the gold or some other metal that they're pulling out at the same time.
Yeah, so they're found together typically. Gold, silver, and copper are found together typically. A good short for today might be FCX, Freeport McMoran, which ran an awful lot in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I was able to get a whole lot of gains out of that, but I'm thinking of flipping around and shorting it. The only problem is it's down a lot already in pre-market.
That's more of a copper play than a gold play, though.
What about
Yes, absolutely.
Albemarle, ALB? Alpha
Right, they're a
London.
big aluminum. Aren't they a big aluminum producer?
Yeah, and they're in Canada, I think. I think they have nickel as well.
Well, aluminum is going to be really important for the sort of green transition. So, I mean, while sort of precious metals may take a hit, I think it's probably a little bit more bullish for something like aluminum.
Keep in mind, if you are like many people who believe a recession is either coming or happening, you shouldn't be betting very heavily on any of those aluminum, copper, whatever metals. So just play that into your thoughts.
I disagree. It really depends on when China reopens. When
And
China
if it's
reopens
hurricane
fully,
season.
commodities are going to go through the roof.
Copper goes down in a second.
All right, a quick question about Dole. Is everybody trying to go long Dole, or is it just a short play before the next earning comes out?
We're trying to visit the moon in February.
On the backs of Fruit Gang.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
Me particularly, I'm long on it, but that's just because that's the only thing I can do. I can buy shares and that's it. But yeah, I'm long on Dole.
You know what else is long? A banana.
I'm expecting a reversion to book value, which would be $12.55, but I'm discounting that due to their high debt. This high debt is the result of them buying total produce. It had some advantages, like it gave them 25 ships. It also increased their amount of farmland. It also gave them 40% of the fruit market globally. So there were some advantages, but now they have high debt for an ag stock. And so because of that debt, I'm sort of discounting. Like the book value is $12.55 a share, but in my head, I'm sort of discounting that down, which is why I bought the $10 calls. That was my actual thesis. But I also wrote a really great limerick that I recited here a few months ago. So,
can you recite that again, Scald?
Yeah,
take
one
your
more
DD.
time.
Oh man, I gotta find it again. I will.
What amount of that debt has adjustable interest rates or floating interest rates versus fixed?
Yeah, we haven't been able to figure that part out, Hardy. But I bought the stocks long for 3 years because when the debt's paid down, this company's going to be in a good position.
I mean, the reason why I asked this question was because I looked at the dividend that they're giving out, and that's pretty juicy. So I'm thinking of buying some shares in the market open today. But yeah, thank you for your insights, folks.
It's funny too, just a historical anecdote. Back when the U.S. was creating spheres of influence all over the world, Dole was like, I guess they like basically owned a lot of Central and South America. Teddy Roosevelt said, "Let us never forget our banana brothers in South America." So, banana bros, let's do it.
Yeah, Chiquita did the same thing, right? They try to overthrow government. Maybe Dole would buy El Salvador since they're in shambles right now.
Yeah, then we'd have Bitcoin too.
I didn't know the fruit industry went hard.
It's Dole. They wouldn't buy El Salvador. They would just have a few Marines land there who weren't supposed to be there, then claim the island and gift it to the U.S.
Hey, now that's our secret.
Yeah, that's our history and practice. But I hear a lot of tired voices today. So if you want to grab a banana, it helps soothe the throat there. So just want to let you guys know.
Get that potassium level up, guys. Come on.
It's what's happening to my video.
What's up?
What's signal lights?
Just a reminder to everybody that the 2-year and 10-year inversion, which is usually a sign of recession, car's telling me I'm speeding, is at its highest it's been since this all happened. So even though the 10-year is not at 4%, the inversion between the 2-year and 10-year is large, signaling a downward trend for us, at least if it stays true to form.
Your car told you were speeding at the speed limit or 10 miles over?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds I might incriminate myself.
I'm innocent.
I like it.
I have the Dole limerick if everyone would like to hear it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
There once was a company named Dole. Its stock price was not on a roll. They acquired total produce, their expenses they could reduce by integrating their supply chain as a whole. That was the
Woo! Awesome.
That's made my day.
Dropping some serious bars.
Speaking of
on this
speaking
company
of
called DOLE because New Year's resolutions are coming up when people are going to want to eat healthy fruits and vegetables, and that should increase sales.
speaking of holes, I'm coring my pineapple currently.
Is that
The
white
Wall
pineapple
Street interns
or
are
regular
fucking
pineapple?
losing their mind right now.
What interns?
The Wall Street intern plants in our chats to try to figure out what we're doing must be so fucking confused right now.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna let them stay that way. If you're late to the game, you're late to the game. That's why you should just tune in more to Wall Street Bets.
Yeah,
this has not been approved by opinion.
There's not any plants here. Buy Dole.
We are not actually bananas.
No. What are you paying these interns with?
Banana.
Bitcoin.
We pay them in exposure and experience.
Physical delivery of bananas. That's how we're paid, with physical delivery of bananas as well as pineapples.
Of bananas.
We pay
There's
them
more
nothing.
than one
Their
kind of
paychecks-
physical delivery going on.
Their paychecks are victims of theta decay.
So aside from the bananas, does everyone see that the SPY is going to 390?
Yeah.
Yeah, my 395 put from yesterday are gonna be juicy. Can't wait for open.
That was like the least enthusiastic yeah I've ever heard. It's like, yeah, maybe.
Trying to keep it
Speaking of
quiet. The
juicy-
lady's sleeping.
Speaking of juicy, I plan to concentrate my portfolio into DOLE.
And how do bananas open doors? Lock doors, that is. They open it with a Hmong key.
I will
Wow.
say though, in
Wah,
the
wah,
UK, the dole is what they call welfare. So I mean, I don't know.
But
Unemployment, isn't it?
Yeah, you get on unemployment, you get on welfare, you're on the dole.
Is that where the term dole out comes from?
That's right.
Hey guys, good morning. I got a play for you guys real quick. I don't know if you guys are aware, there was an FDA AdCom yesterday for Ardelyx. It's a small biotech that has currently one drug on the market, IBS Rela, and a second drug in production that was the AdCom topic yesterday. It's called Tanapnor. So it's to basically treat
Symbol.
it's ARDX, sorry. It's basically to treat hyperphosphatemia. It has been given a positive AdCom response. They got unanimous votes for both monotherapy and polytherapy.
It's under the $500 million limit here.
Yeah, but this
So
is
the
going to be
company-
crazy. So I'm just trying to get it out there.
Yeah, we just don't
It's
talk
over-
about it. So but
Don't
thanks for sharing.
fill your small cap biotech, bro. Like it's $500 million market cap.
Okay.
Any
All right.
Squirrely.
Come back
Any
here.
biotech.
Swing and a miss.
I was gonna say until opinion officially lowers the market cap, let's not bring it up.
I feel bad because like the high market or the $500 million market cap basically means we can't talk about like 80% of biotechs or 90% of biotechs.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
for the
kinda
better
crazy, but
because
it's all good.
a lot of biotech DD is, trust me, bro.
Yeah.
That's
We
true.
heard from yesterday.
Yeah, until you guys can prove otherwise, I just, for the record, would appreciate if we keep it there.
All right, no problem. I'll be back in December to let you guys know when it goes above that market cap.
I love the confidence.
Trust me, bro.
But don't.
Trust me, bro. Eat a banana, buy a pineapple.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Today
Sounds
because
good.
after that, it's going to drop again.
Nintendo's up to almost 1050 pre-market. So I know there's some Nintendo guys in here who are excited with me.
Hell yeah, that's above my
I need it to
average.
go. I need it to go up like 10% to get my original investment back.
No, you bought above $10. Come on.
Oh no, I bought.
I bought it before the split, and I think I was at like. Yeah, I bought pre-split, so I was like 55 or something.
Yeah, 10.50
Pre-split was the price per share, and so right now, with the split, it shows my cost basis per share being like 11.75.
Fuck.
God, you're super fucking up there. I'm only like 10.54.
It's 10.20.
I'm about to cash out. Good luck. Making it all the way to fucking 11.
Dude, so can we go back to SPY for a second? This is kind of crazy. It's now down 390.48. It's down 1.26% pre-market. I think this is pretty big because current max pain on SPY is 398. So it is well below max pain. All the
Scald, I
puts
can
are
only get so
way
hard.
money.
I thought the monthly max pain was at the monthly max pain was like 385 or some shit.
This is the daily max pain on 0 DTEs.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah,
this last night.
I was about to ask, anyone load up on them 0 DTEs for SPY?
No, but I opened a bunch of IWMs puts end of the month by 169 puts.
When we are this close to the monthly options expiration, wouldn't the monthly OPEX kind of take more precedence over the daily 0 DTs?
A little bit. So we were talking about this in a slightly different subreddit last night, but there's a divergence right now in max pain. For those who don't know, max pain is where Wall Street makes the most money because there's there's call options, there's put options, and
That's
whatever.
where the premium is the premium gain from expiring options is the highest. Not
Thank you,
necessarily where they make the most money.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to keep it short, but SPY max pain tomorrow is at 385. The SPX that SPY tracks is currently at 3930, which would equate to something around a 393 SPY. So SPY needs to buy and sell things to best match up with the SPX price. So what I see over the next day and a half is violence.
So you're saying the headline will be SPY ends whipsaw session will be what like Wall Street Journal's reporting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Kind of like a split banana.
Banana Nerd calls it on Wall Street Bets because that's how they write news articles these days.
Yeah.
So basically, high volatility for the next day and a half.
Yep, UVXY. That's the play.
Yeah. Yeah. I have open orders for another VIX call at 28 and a UVIX call at 8.5, already in the money.
These are Friday, Nate.
The VIX has a Tuesday expiry because it's not a standard security. UVIX I have November 25th expiries. So the 22nd for VIX and the 25th for UVIX.
I've always gotten fucked playing VIX options. I don't know what it is, but
Hey, I got a play. Actually, it's a long-term play. So a few days ago, there was like a big headline about Goldman Sachs. I don't know if anybody read that they promoted like 20, like it was like way above average on like partners or whatever, minor partners, junior partners they called them, for Goldman Sachs. I am just curious because I don't really care about their wokeness, but I'm just curious about their specialties and backgrounds because generally these financial markets want to promote individuals that are really good on predicting a certain part of the economy. So has anybody like dug into their resume to see like what they're good at? That way we can kind of have a general idea of what these big players are trying to do.
I'm confused with the question.
So I think his question is that by looking at the resumes, we can infer what market makers are valuing. So like if there
Correct.
was a bunch of credit analysts being promoted to junior partner, then therefore credit risk is one of the main focus of investment banks, or something like that, right?
Pretty much, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I've been doing actually in the past on some of their like senior leadership promotions, just to see where generally their company is trying to go. I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but it gives you a pretty good idea of where their companies are trying to move towards.
Let's hear Hardy's opinion on this because I think he actually knows what he's talking about, and the rest of us.
So Generally speaking, partners are responsible for bringing in business. Their job is effectively to raise money or generate revenue. So this new class of partners have been promoted to partner with the expectation that they are good at servicing accounts, and now they need to find more accounts for the company to service. Whether or not they stay a partner depends on their ability to generate revenue. It's very much you eat what you kill when you're a partner at Goldman Sachs. Keep in mind, however, IPOs on a dollar basis are down dramatically year over year. So I imagine a lot of folks left because their bonuses were not what they wanted, and this new crop is meant to replace them.
Yes, and speaking of bonuses, don't forget that these motherfuckers, they got to get their holiday bonuses in by cashing out their year-to-date winners. I can't stress this enough, and I think this recent turnaround in oil is a great opportunity because I think a lot of these big banks and big traders are going to be taking profits on their oil plays, which are at all-time highs and biggest winners year to date. That's why I'm looking at DRIP. That's the Bear Oil Producers ETF, which is trading at $11.38 versus the inverse of that, which is Gush, which is trading at $193.98. So there's a big move possible here and like a huge correction in that field. I'm going to be getting some calls on DRIP going into the end of the year.
So from a macro perspective, I do want to point out that you have over the next 6 weeks a Santa Claus rally, although probably weakened because discretionary income, the discretionary spending is going down. Thanks to inflation, you're spending more for your ramen. And in the face of that Santa Claus rally, you have the tax loss harvesting. SPY is down year to date. So there's a good chance there will be some tax moves to close out losing positions in order to offset gains before the year's over. So I suspect, or I'm leaning toward tax loss harvesting to be stronger than Santa Claus rally, which implies a flat to down Q4.
Agreed.
And just to kind of go with that, I don't want to be the confirmation bias for puts on oil, but there was some pretty big put tickets for XLE 92 strike for December 16th. And that's very abnormal when it comes to puts on oil. It might be a hedge, but that's not something to ignore.
What strike was that?
92 for XLE.
Thanks.
Patty, quick question about spending on the holidays. So a lot of people are being laid off, and that's kind of very demoralizing at this point. And the way I understand it, well, if somebody is not feeling right emotionally, they would probably not go out and spend money. So does that?
For the tech layoffs in particular, if you yes, it's true they were laid off like over the in the past 3 weeks, but if you read their separation agreements or you look into like the details of the layoff, most of them are receiving anywhere from 1 to 5 months of salary plus some severance plus benefits. So they're going to be fairly cash rich until roughly the end of Q1.
Hardy, maybe you've seen something different, but I haven't seen developers being laid off in those. I've only seen like HR people and stuff like that.
Correct. Engineering groups in those companies haven't been as largely impacted. So in the case of Meta's, let's say 10% layoff, right? Or 13% layoff. I would say maybe 7 points of that 13% is HR and recruiting because, well, they have a hiring freeze. Engineering orgs have been decimated. However, what's interesting is contracting firms are being retained by Meta to hire back data analyst, data engineer, data scientist types, not software engineer, interestingly enough. So I suspect a lot of it is just to save or otherwise reduce their payroll or their benefits cost.
So the reason that I mention that is that the developer is very likely to be able to find a new job easily and quickly, but the HR person may not. So that severance package, if you're giving it to a developer, then he may go out and buy a TV with it, but I don't think the HR person is.
I would argue the inverse, actually, because one is more emotional than the other.
Hey, fair point. That makes it complicated.
How y'all
I'm
feel
of the
about?
opinion one group benefits from retail therapy more than the others.
Thank you for that, Hottie.
Okay. Apparently a Coca-Cola short or a insider sold 10% of their share, equating to 42,068 shares of Coca-Cola. How do y'all feel about that? Think we're about to see a big downturn?
Buy more shares, baby. They're good dividend stocks. I wouldn't just take that.
Yeah, the Wall Street Bets trader in me is like, oh, maybe near term puts on Coca-Cola, but my boomer portfolio says otherwise.
Well, thank you.
Any other plays shaking about out there today, fellas?
I can just mention Carvana's beginning its fall, but it might just rally back.
Sorry, it's beginning its fall?
I mean, it went all the way back up to 11. Now it's back down to $8. So
I was going to bring up Carvana. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. I do have the $7.50 strike price puts out into February. I may look at exiting part of that position and watch for it to kind of find bottom and look at some calls. It's been surprisingly reliable for that to play it up and down. I'm not going to completely exit my put position because I do want to have those puts when they do announce their bankruptcy. And I don't know when that will happen.
Teddy, I'm predicting even worse than you. I've got 7.5 for this Friday and 5 for December.
that's my position.
I shit you not.
What's the ticker?
That would be Carvana, CVNA.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Take those notes, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I was just making a joke because we know who Carvana is. Carvana.
Gotcha. But seriously, one standard deviation 45 days out from now with the volatility that they're at could be anywhere from $14 to $1.87. So I'm like, with the rest of the macro and their market correlation, like I'm ready to go balls deep on Carvana going down.
Coles is going out by 6%.
Can you explain, maybe in brief, for the listeners here, what that deviation means? Because it's very asymmetric to the downside, and if you're doing a random walk or something like that, just a quick.
So in short, I guess a standard deviation is like how much you can see variation on gosh, how the fuck do you explain calculus to people on Wall Street Bets?
You draw a parabola and then draw a line right down the middle of it, and like to one side is -2 on one end, and the other side is +2 on the other end.
Fucking thank you, King. All right. So basically, let's just call it 68%. Okay, 68% one way or the other is one standard deviation for math reasons. So like that is what you could probably see in an expected move over any period of time. So if it's 45 days, a year, whatever, it could go, you could vary by 68% in either direction. And that same 68% roughly equates to about 16 delta, something like that, if you're looking at Greeks. That is a thing that I regularly use to measure how much real movement in a stock you might see. So
Carvana is $8.55. What's the equivalent? What's one standard deviation? Buck and a half?
Well, it's based on time, right? So in 45 days, it could be $13.47, or it could be $1.87. That's one standard deviation over 45 days. But over the course of a year, one standard deviation is $10.49 and 33 cents.
So we see there's a what I was getting at is we see there's a downside bias, right? There's
100%.
a downside bias here on Carvana.
Their implied volatility is 209. There's a downside bias.
Okay, guys, I wanted to say this about the car industry, especially used cars. America's Car Mart, they're off 28% this morning in pre-market trading. They reported a net income of $3.14 million or 48 cents a share, when 1 year ago they were at $3.41 a share revenue. So that is a huge decrease in.
What's the symbol?
America's Car Mart is CRMT, Charlie Ralph Mango Tango. There you go. I did the Mango Tango for whoever said that yesterday. And the revenue rose to 351 million from 284 million, but yet they lost a lot of revenue.
They're under $500 million. Sorry, man.
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. But there are things going on in the used car market right now that would affect Carvana, was my point. I apologize.
I think they were above the cap this morning before that 22% dip.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah. It's not a big deal. But that's what's going on with the used car world right now. Carvana is the worst business plan that could be out there. You try to deliver cars to people at a other location or have them go to a vending machine, where right now it's challenging for the people that have physical locations to keep their customers with the higher interest rates and the used vehicle market declining, while at the same time you own the vehicles for more. So it's going to be a tough road for most of these companies.
This morning at 9:01 a.m., I got an email from Carvana that said, "Hey, you deserve a new car. Come look what we have."
Yeah, Capital One on the
Thank you for that, DD.
splash page on Capital One is talking about you need to refinance your car payment right now.
Why would you refinance into like a historically high interest rate? Do they think people are that dumb?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's why
I
they
also
do it.
received a voicemail from a car
Well,
dealership
if
saying the
people
same
have
shit.
like
Hey, Cash.
30%, if you have 30% interest rate, if you have better credit, like 6 months before, you could actually refinance and get a better rate.
Hey, do you happen to have the lottery numbers with that crystal ball? Because if the Fed keeps raising rates because of the inversion, because of the numbers not getting better, because of when you look at year over year, we were at 6%
No,
year
no,
over year.
no. I'm talking
For,
about like,
wait, let me speak. we were at
I'm saying
wait.
like if your credit score gets better, the rate
We
will
were
actually
at-
get better. Sometimes.
We were
What's
at
the play? What's the play, gentlemen?
Guys, hold on a second. We were at 6% year over year inflation last year. We were at 8% this year. When you net that out, we're way above. So these car prices are falling. The dealers are stuck with them. Your interest rates are only going to keep rising. So in 6 months, you're not going to refinance for a better rate. Telling my customers that would lose me customers, because in 6 months, they're going to come back and say, you lied to me. So realistically, right now, there's no way possible to know in 6 months. I'm guessing they're going to be higher. But realistically, right now, the rates are 3% higher than they were a year ago for a customer to buy a car. That makes it so tough on this market.
Predatory lending is a synonym for America.
Cinnamon.
Facts.
I'm hungry now.
Cinnamon and bananas is really good.
I need some Dole.
Another play I'm looking at, by the way, IWM puts. We got cheaper premiums than SPY. And IWM has a huge gap to fill between 181 and 178.
I'm so with you on shorting the Russell.
Yeah, it's looking at the daily chart. It's just ready to go, and it's ready to fill that gap.
Ticker?
And I
What's the
just
ticker?
love IWM.
IWM. Thank you.
India whiskey
Iris whiskey mango.
You guys buying calls or puts?
Puts.
Calls.
Puts all the
Puts
way,
on the
man.
IWM.
Whoa. We got a few different answers here. So puts, let's hear it.
Yep.
And then we'll
on
hear from the
IWM.
calls.
That's it. That's the story.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm
who said
doing
calls?
January puts probably around 170.
And then who yelled out calls? Do you want to explain why it's calls?
4 minutes to market.
All right. Well, calls guy isn't saying shit. So I like weekly put spreads. So this would be 180, 175 for November 25th. And then for December 2nd, let's call it 175, 170. Sorry, excuse me. The open interest is on 176, not 175. So $5 and $6 wide put spreads going down.
Thank you.
Don't forget to buy some DOLE shares or $10 calls for February.
Thank you.
Guys, do not go to Starbucks at all today.
Barium, sodium, all day long.
One standard deviation.
A parabola looks like a boom chart.
One standard deviant.
A parabola is what Tesla's weekly chart is going to look like.
A banana is just a banana.
A boob, guys.
And
No boobs in my Christian chat.
Sleepy Nate, you were right last night. It was too late to buy UVIX because it's already up to $9 today from the $8.50 yesterday.
Vicious.
Guys, ready for a red day?
It's already a red day.
Here comes the red wave.
No.
Yeah, they
So
called
weeks
for it.
late.
It was just the wrong fucking topic, right?
Yeah, they were early, not wrong.
Yeah, red day. It's been a red year.
Oh, hey, did you guys saw the UK's budget proposal? That's pretty insane with tax.
No, tell us more.
I gotta pull up the Wall Street Journal, but they basically increased taxes tremendously, and then they had like a $85 billion cuts on their government expenditure. Which I don't know any Brits on the board right now, because they can probably give us more information about how that's gonna fuck the chaps over there.
I mean, after they decided to stop raising their interest rate and not adjust their bond holdings, I'm shocked that they need to raise more money through taxes.
UK's fucked.
I just posted the article from Wall Street Journal on the comment. Somebody will have to bypass the paywall for that.
Thanks, bud.
I go back to work. See you guys.
Last minute play. GME.
Long or short?
Nice.
Long.
Short, long, good discussion.
Long banana GME.
I'm gonna go short journalist.
Who makes the banana from that?
If you go short and long, is it a schlong?
Oh, I wonder what journalist would say to this madness of bananas in this room.
Level up the conversation.
Banana Todd.
He would say, "Go ask your husband."
And that's market open. All right, no more schlong talk. Let's thank you very much for coming out, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
All right, long you guys later.
Take care, everybody. Scald,
Slap you later.
Goodbye, Clip Clops.
is there a confused money talk afterwards, Scald?
Always.
Yes,
Ooh.
I will be opening up the talk on our confused money. We'll be hanging out there, day trading, and probably yelling about SPY based on what I'm seeing currently.
Wear your banana.
Bring your bananas
required.
All right, only bananas.